Hi there and welcome to today's English stamp tutorial. My name's Jess and today we're going to be stamping up some pots ready to give away as gifts or as treats for yourself. You might well have some pots lying around at home. Even plastic pots can be stamped up really nicely and make really beautiful gifts. So we've done some experimenting before today's tutorial. The examples we're going to do today are all waterproof. And if you're going to be stamping onto plastic, metal or anything shiny, you'll want to be using Stays-On ink. If you're going to be stamping onto terracotta, you can use Stays-On, but you might also be able to use some VersaCraft. You might well have this already if you've done stamping onto fabric before. All of these inks are available on our website. And we have also found that embossing works, which we're excited to show you today. So to start with, I'm going to use my red VersaCraft and this sun stamp. Now, like us, you might want to have a little practice first to see how it works. We just did some stamps on the bottom there. You could also stamp inside where it's going to be covered up with mud, just to check that you're happy with the effect. And then I'm simply going to just hold this up and stamp my suns fairly close together around the rim. There we go, I'm really pleased with that and that will look absolutely gorgeous filled with a plant ready to give as a gift. And the next pot that we're going to stamp up is this lovely little metal one. We're going to use our 1-inch bee that's been to a fair few workshops already and Stays-On that's going to be really good on this metal. And when you're doing this, it is fairly tricky to stamp onto a curved surface, so just take your time. I've got some paper down here. I'm going to ink up my stamp and then just hold that still as I stamp. And I want to make my bees fairly close together so that they can be seen because it's quite a small pot. All stamped up. You want to make sure you don't touch it because it would smudge at this point. Leave it to dry first. And for our final pot today, we're going to stamp up this terracotta pot with a daisy and we're going to emboss it this time. So to do that, I'm going to use this Versamark. It's a clear ink pad that will work really well with the embossing powder. And as before, I'll just hold that on the side, stamp this down, and I'm going to do 2 at a time. The terracotta is quite porous, so we don't want to wait too long before sprinkling the embossing powder over. This is just a white embossing powder, so we sprinkle that over just like you would with glitter to glue. Shake that off, and then we want to heat the powder to melt it, which I'll use my embossing gun for. And you can see they're embossed there. So that's going to be waterproof now. And then we can just keep going. I'll just shake this out. So there we go, we think these make absolutely brilliant, affordable gifts that are so much fun to make as well, and they're a wonderful way of upcycling pots that you might have at home. Thanks so much for joining us and see you soon.